This is the new Pimax Portal, a handheld gaming console like Switch or Steam Deck, which also doubles as a VR headset. Yes, you've heard and seen that right. But that's not all. This can also be a set-top box for your TV with Kinect-like kind of functionality and so much more. This was introduced at yesterday's Pimax Frontier event, and in this video I've cut it down to 15 minutes without all the marketing fluff, and we're going to find out, is this pure genius or simply madness? So absolutely stay tuned, watch the whole video, because all of this goodness is coming up. Welcome back to MRTV. My name is Sebastian. Hit the like and the subscribe on your way in if you're excited about virtual reality. And now let's directly get into this. So, Pimax Portal is not just a gaming console, it is also a VR 3.0 headset for the mainstream. Also, it's a breakthrough portable PC gaming system. And lastly, it is the ultimate living room entertainment hub. So as always, Pimax is promising a lot here, but can they deliver? All of these things are actually one thing, one device, the Pimax Portal, and in this video we're going to check everything out, but cut down to around 50 minutes. And here it is. This is the handheld gaming console, just like the Switch or the Steam Deck. Well, and this guy on the couch has lots of fun. Now, for the resolution, this is 4K, and compare this to your 700p Steam Deck. The Steam Deck sucks. Well, you would think so, but well, let's see if this delivers. This comes with QLED technology, so it is supposed to have really good blacks and very vibrant colors. Now, the interesting part is that Pimax takes all these components from their VR headsets, so it is understandable that they kind of use this technology, and that is kind of interesting. It has 144 Hz, together with its 4K screen that should look really nice. And what's interesting, how they can make this happen, actually they're using the VR reprojection technology to be able to show this kind of a high refresh rate at a very high resolution. Now, the physical buttons here, we have 32, while we only have 10 fingers. Well, do the math, but it also has analog triggers, and well, we are used to analog triggers from handheld consoles and also from VR. This is being run by an XR2 chipset that we know from the Quest 2 and the Pico 4, so this should give us an adequate VR standalone experience. In terms of Wi-Fi connectivity, we have Wi-Fi 6E built in, and there is a 5G modem if you want that. Also, it has WiGig 60 GHz streaming if you go for the WiGig module. Now, what is very interesting, the gaming console has 4 cameras, and with these 4 cameras it can track itself, and of course this is also used for the VR mode. But in this mode, as a gaming console, it will also be able to track itself and its position in space. Also, what they show here, that you could do some AR gaming on the system, but honestly, is that really going to happen? I'm not so sure. Now, what is interesting, this is an Android system, so you can play all of the Android games and also all the streaming stuff. Xbox, PS4 and 5 should be available on the system, and that is actually something that I'm personally looking forward to and that I believe will work really well. So, as a handheld gaming console, this looks actually quite promising, right? With that 4K QLED display, with that 32 buttons analog trigger, it has Wi-Fi 6E, USB-C, and it has a micro SD card slot. Being run by that XR2 chipset, I do believe that Android gaming and streaming should work really well, and just for this seems kinda nice, honestly speaking. These game consoles, they work really well, right? Switch is selling like hotcakes, Steam Deck was sold out in a minute, and wow. Who knows? Probably Pimax is onto something here with their handheld gaming device. Now we're getting into the exciting part for us VR enthusiasts, because this is also a VR headset, and Pimax says it's a VR 3.0 mainstream headset. So first of all, the controllers, they attach to the console magnetically, and well, like this, you can put the screen into this VR headset viewer, just like Daydream or Gear VR. Can you remember those systems? And the controllers, they go into these VR controllers, and the VR controllers have infrared lights that will be picked up by the cameras, just like this, just as we know it from Pico 4 and Quest 2. And honestly, I like it that they're bringing this Gear VR and the Daydream concept into the future with 6 degrees of freedom. And this has aspheric lenses, just like the Vario Aero or the PlayStation VR. So clear lenses, which is great. They say they have 27 pixel per degree, which is a very nice resolution, and it should look good. Audio, as you can tell, is built in here into the headset, and they have different kinds of headsets. One is the Portal Social Edition, which comes with eye tracking and face tracking. Yes, so they not only have like one headset, but they have several kinds of headsets with different kinds of technologies. Also, you can hook this up to your gaming PC with an HDMI cable, which will give you uncompressed Steam VR goodness. And that's something that we wanted from the Pico 4, but it did not get. Yeah, we hope that we will get this here for the Portal. This is at the moment just a fancy video presentation. It also has a 60 GHz WiGig module if you want to go the wireless route. And well, you could also use Wi-Fi 6E, but if you want here, you could also use the WiGig module. Yeah. Moreover, the Portal view, it has 27 ppd and 100 degree FOV, so I believe that is horizontal, so that is kind of normal and quite a good FOV number, but of course we're used to more, and therefore they have different kind of headsets with a higher field of view, 140 degrees, and this is being realized by yet another headset holder. Or how would you call these things? Headset viewers? I don't know. And this viewer then will give you that 140 degrees FOV that Pimax is known for, that huge FOV. So, very interesting concept. Different kinds of headset viewers here. Yeah, so let's summarize this all up. The controllers here are magnetically connected to the console. You can slot it in to different kind of holders or viewers, and they have different kind of lenses. There is one with 27 pixel per degree. This seems to be the standard one, but you also have one, the Portal Social Edition, which will give you eye and face tracking. And then there's also that Portal Horizon, which would give you like a wide FOV. And I'm totally ahead of myself. They will show that right now, but so let's keep it to that. We have audio from those viewers. We have a separate battery, and I love the system, right? So there's a battery in the back, and this will give you another hours of battery life. Also, the controllers are being tracked by those 4 cameras from the console. And yeah, this is cool. You have this native HDMI cable, which you can put into the top of this, and then you have uncompressed Steam VR, PC VR goodness. If you want, you can have that additional WiGig module that we heard about from the very beginning of Pimax. Until now we haven't seen it. Hopefully now it's going to happen. And then you can play wirelessly in a better way as compared to Wi-Fi 6E probably. Yeah, there's another movie mode where you have 40 ppd, which is super high pixel per degrees, and this will only give you 60 degrees FOV, but for watching a movie, that should be good enough. Another viewer gives you that 140 degrees FOV and 20 ppd, and that is called Pimax Portal Horizon. And so different kinds of viewers will give you different kind of experiences. And yeah, here's that Portal Social Edition with the face and eye tracking, which should allow you to socialize in apps very nicely. However, the question is, will this be supported by VR chat and so on and so forth? And that, in my opinion, is the problem of that beautiful presentation. Will the software be here? Also, like for this example here, you see this gun controller. Is there anyone that is going to make software for it? Probably Pimax has to do it all by themselves. So this, in my opinion, is the problem of this. Next, they're showing how easy it is to store the device. Yes, they did this render here in order to show you how well you can store it in a backpack. No kidding. Check this out. You can pack it all together and then you put it into this backpack, and then you simply wait for 24 hours and it will procreate, and then you have 2 Pimax portals, and one you can give it to your best friend. I'm kidding, but perhaps I'm not sure. Okay, so Pimax, it is also a breakthrough portable PC gaming system, and that's when things got really crazy. So the Portal XL, what is it? It is the base unit that you slot into a bigger unit to make it a huge portal. The Portal XL, which has an 8.8 inch screen and can still do 120 Hz. Also the controllers, you put them into bigger controllers so that everything gets huge and you have that super nice and huge gaming experience if you want to play that on a bigger screen. So interesting, transforming console, handheld console from small to big. Wow. Wow. When I was watching this during the actual presentation, I was going completely crazy at that point in time. But that's not all. It also has a 60 GHz WiGig module that will communicate with the base station that is connected to your computer, I believe. But first, let's see again how the little controllers go into the big controllers, because that is super important. Anyways, let's go back to that WiGig module here, hopefully next. So this is going to communicate with your base station. Oh, still no, sorry. We first have to look at the ergonomic design and light and thin controls of the headset, and also there's a button there which can glow blue. And it shows you Steam VR. So you're streaming, no, not Steam VR, your Steam library. And here, finally, you are like, connected to that WiGig module. Now, this here is some kind of mini computer that they showed off. And with that mini computer, it will do some kind of co-processing. And they made it sound really amazing, but I have no idea what was actually going on, honestly speaking. And I'm not so sure if they knew themselves what is going on during this moment, but I'm telling you, this moment was not so understandable. Probably we're going to get more information about the device later. Yeah, anyways, it has a stand, a kickstand. Yeah, thumbs up for the kickstand now if you love this video. Yeah, anyways, now the ultimate living room entertainment hub. This also has a dock, and you put it under your TV and then it becomes a cool dock, and those 4 cameras, they totally track the playing space, right? So you can have a machine gun with you or boxing gloves, and then you can play Kinect-like games, which is completely crazy. And I think it's a how to say that? It's an interesting idea, but there won't be any developers who make games for this. That is, in my opinion, the big problem of this part. Now, you can also use it as a stationary gaming console, and that should work, of course. Also, it's a set-top box where you can watch your Netflix, Hulu, and Prime Video. And that part, I believe, makes sense. And I believe that this is functionality that I would actually use. So, that is nice. Yes. Wow. Now that is quite exciting, right? All these things that we learned about. This set-top box here, you can put the controllers here, and it has all kinds of connections. So that makes sense. I like this part. The part where it actually scans your room for Kinect-like things, not so sure about it. Would be great if you could do full body tracking with it for VR chat and stuff. But well, it has to be supported. And that is the part that I'm actually really not sure about. The hardware, nice, but what about the software? We need this to be supported. So I don't think I'm going to play tennis here. Anyways, we need to know about the pricing. How expensive is that new device? And that's what we learned in the next section. So it started at $299 for the 128GB version. Then the 256GB version is $399, and the QLED version with 256GB is $549. That is only for the handheld gaming console. If you also want that VR headset, it's an additional $50, so it's going to be $449 for the standard version and $599 for the QLED version. And overall, I would say these prices are pretty attractive, right? So the unfortunate thing though is that this is going to be a Kickstarter. Yes, Pimax is doing another Kickstarter. After the first Kickstarter, well, it was very successful. It was the most successful VR Kickstarter ever, but it was like, how to say that? It was like full of problems since the headsets were only delivered years later. So they did deliver everything, so all promises were fulfilled, but it just took too long. And Pimax now going that route again. I'm not so sure if this is the smartest decision here for Pimax, because people might not trust Pimax for that first Kickstarter, and people might believe, hey, this device is years away. However, this time it seems to be different because the hardware seems kind of finished, since they will show it off on that roadshow. Now, in my opinion, what is not great about Kickstarter is that, well, if you pledge, if you back the company, it means that you support their vision. It doesn't mean that you're buying the product, right? So if anything goes wrong and for any kind of reason they will not deliver that device, well, your money is going to be gone. So that is always what you have to keep in mind when backing on Kickstarter. So I would have preferred something like, hey, you can pre-order this now for, I don't know, $15 or 30, like they did for the Pimax Crystal, and then, yeah, you can buy it once it's available. In my opinion, that would have been the better way to do it. But what are your thoughts? What do you think about the Pimax Portal? Is it a stroke of genius or is it pure madness? Please do let me know down in the comment section of this video. Also tell me, do you want to support this bold move by Pimax? And honestly, it is a bold move. They are doing things that no one else does. But of course, they have to deliver on all these things. And well, we have to see if they will. Anyways, when I was editing this video, it came to my mind that actually this is not so over the top. It was just this presentation with all that over the top marketing fluff that made it kind of too crazy. But if you think of it, this is simply a handheld console, an Android handheld console that might be cool, which also doubles as a VR streaming headset to stream your Steam VR stuff to. And that is probably really cool. All the other parts are probably not needed anyways. Do let me know your thoughts. I can't wait to hear from you. And well, if you have not yet subscribed to MRTV, do so now, because you see, it is very useful VR information. And also, if you want to chat with me about all these things, you can do so on the MRTV Discord server. The link down in the description of this video. But now, thumbs up, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode.